Sarah Lynn here, certified Enneagram coach and visibility coach that works with women entrepreneurs to help them get to know themselves, get to know and better understand others like their clients, and then help them get known in a way that really aligns with their strengths and their personality. And whether you know the Enneagram or not, whether you know your type or not, stick with me because I still think you're going to get some value from today's mini training. To give you an idea though of what the Enneagram can give you, I want you to clap your hands really quickly. Okay, and now I want you to clap them a different way. It could be the opposite way, it could be up here, it could be sideways. And the point of that is that you can clap them a different way. It's just your initial response, your initial clap was kind of on autopilot. And we have so many autopilot beliefs and thoughts and behaviors. And so the Enneagram just kind of shows us where those are and gives us some ideas and things to think about how we can do something a different way that might be setting us up for more success in certain situations. There are 9 different types on the Enneagram. It's really about the motive, why we do what we do versus just the behavior of what we do. Today, we'll use those though, just to kind of give us an idea of what is driving each of the sales personalities, and know that we have all 9 types inside of us at the end of the day. It's just that there's going to be one that tends to be driving the bus, one core motive that's driving the bus. So our type 1 is known as the improver, the perfectionist. They are driven by the need to be good and right, and they tend to be really great at structure and routines and organization. So they're going to have a great process, back of the house processes, onboarding processes. They're really focused on quality. So whatever they're selling, a product, a service, a course, you can guarantee that it is the highest of quality. Where they might tend to struggle is getting too caught up in the details and being caught in the moment, what's right in front of them, and trying to always improve their website, improve their captions, improve their video, re-record their podcast episode over and over and over because it's not perfect enough. So just know that, just be aware of when that might be showing up for you and preventing you from moving forward with your sales goals and in your business. Type 2 is known as the giver, as the helper. They are driven by the need to feel loved and wanted and appreciated. And so they have the superpower of being able to, they're really empathetic. So they can really pick up on what do people need and then be able to give it to them. Like, what a great superpower for a salesperson. Where they might struggle is that they can be so relationship focused and so focused on helping others that they forget to sell themselves. So they think they're going to share their sales calls might turn into coaching calls. Their content, their sales content might only be value content, helpful how-to content, with never letting people know what they have for sale. So for the 2, it's going to be remembering that selling is serving. Our type 3 is known as the achiever or the performer. They have a superpower of being able to read a room and know, who do I need to be in this situation? Who do I need to be for this client? Who do I need to be on this podcast? Who do I need to be in this workshop? And be able to kind of shape shift. So they tend to have a lot of confidence in when they show up on video, when they show up on a sales call. The thing for the 3 is that they have so much of their self-worth wrapped up into this idea of success, this image of success, that when something doesn't work out, when somebody requests a refund or somebody says no, it can be devastating. It can feel like the worst failure, which it feels awful for all of us, right? But for the 3s, who that is their core motive, it can feel extra terrible. So just remembering that, that's not the end. Just because somebody said no, or just because somebody requested their money back or whatever it was, that's not the end of the story. Keep moving, keep helping others. Type 4 is known as the individualist. They are driven by the need to be unique and have significance and belong, but belonging for their authentic self. And similar to the 2s, they are incredibly empathetic, and they have a deep and wide emotional capacity to sit and understand what their clients may be going through. The challenge sometimes is that they are so focused on the feelings part that the strategy, that the goals, that, the kind of the mundane tasks get pushed to the side and don't get handled, which we need a combination of both, right? So just kind of be reflective if this is resonating with you. How do you see that maybe showing up, and what are some ways to maybe add more structure and follow up and systems in this situation? Type 5s are known as the observer, as the investigator, as the expert. They know everything about everything. They are the ultimate researchers. They ultimate learners, and they love to teach. And so the thing that they're going to have to watch out for in sales is that they feel like, well, I can't put that offer out because I don't know everything about it. I'm not ready yet, or I can't say that on social media, or I can't present that workshop. I'm not qualified yet, when in fact they really are. Our type 6s are known on the Enneagram as the guardian, as the troubleshooter. They are driven by the need to be safe and secure. They're the ultimate collaborators, the ultimate co-creators. The thing that they will struggle with, though, is self-doubt. They have an inner committee, lots of different opinions, and then they tend to look outside of themselves for outside authority figures, a set of guidelines, a system, to know how good am I doing. And so their work is going to be around trusting themselves, trusting that their pricing is what it needs to be for them, trusting that their offer is good enough, trusting that their content is good enough. Our type 7s are known as the enthusiasts, the adventurer. They have a lot of enthusiasm. Glasses half full kind of energy, lots of ideas, tend to be really creative problem solvers. The thing that they're going to have to look out for is they can kind of overwhelm the client potentially with all this enthusiasm. So Nikki talks about the dog versus the cat, right? So 7s might need to channel a little bit more of that cat energy, and they tend to struggle with follow through. So they may need to channel some of that one follow through, making sure that you're doing those circle back calls. Type 8 is known as the challenger, the boss. Leadership is very natural for them. They are very passionate. They have a ton of energy. They are bold. They are decisive. And so what they feel like is passion might come across as pushy to some of their clients on a sales call. So again, just bringing some awareness. That may be true. It may not be, but just bringing some awareness and asking yourself the questions can be helpful. Our type 9 is known as the harmonizer, the peacemaker. They are driven by the need to have inner and outer peace. And so they are also great at collaborating, seeing the gray, seeing different viewpoints, really empathizing with their clients, not making them see just one right way of doing something, but they might get into trouble because they don't want to have any sort of conflicts. They might compromise their pricing, their schedule, work when they don't really want to work, to keep the peace so that they avoid a conflict, a potential conflict, which may not even happen, right? It's just the fear of that conflict that can drive the 9. Now, if you are interested in learning more about the Enneagram, but you don't yet know your type, I'm going to recommend you download the Find Your Type workbook at Sarah Lynn Co. Enneagram Types /Enneagram Types. And then if you do know your type and are wondering how do you actually use it, there is a wait list, or potentially the program is open, depending on when you listen to this, about how to use the Enneagram in your personal branding. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope you got something from that.